I've been helping people with money for more than 20 years, but no one stumped me more than the princess.
I love to shop because of the rush.
I'm here to help this princess take control of her money and her life. Over the next 6 weeks, she'll live on a strict cash diet and complete weekly challenges.
If we didn't pay the rent on the apartment you're in right now, you'd be homeless.
If this princess has what it takes, I'll transform her from spender to saver. And I'll give her up to $5,000 to help her pay down her debt. You have to put your ass in gear and get moving. No changes, no money.
Oh, 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 she's a princess. She's a princess.
Meet Nicola.
My name is Nicola, and I'm 30 years old.
She lives the life of a rock star. She eats at the best restaurants.
I eat out about 4 or 5 times a week.
Buys the best clothes.
I like bags, I like shoes, I like jewelry.
You can't tell Nicola no shopping. It's part of a lifestyle.
Spares no expense on beauty treatments.
So your total today is $120, please.
I get my hair cut, and then I get it styled.
You're ready to rock on the world now.
She's got to look good, you know? It's all part of getting noticed.
But that lifestyle comes at a cost, and this wannabe rock star doesn't make any money from her music.
I have nothing to show for it.
While her job as a temp only nets her $1,000 a month. So what's the secret of Nicola's success? Meet Stephen.
I very much love this girl. I mean, there's something about the person of Nicola that is absolutely incredible. We were together about 18 months.
He always wanted to make me feel special.
The expectation was always that I was covering everything, and I sort of understood that.
I definitely have asked my ex-boyfriend for money.
I did feel sometimes like, you're not even trying. You're not pitching in anything.
And when the going got tough, Nicola got going.
I broke it off with him.
As long as you're paying the bill, she'll be fine. You stop, it's gonna be over.
Desperate to move out of Stephen's house, Nicola left with the clothes on her back and Stephen's BlackBerry in her pocket. And with no money, no job, and no direction, Nicola has hit rock bottom. Now her friends have called me in, and they've banded together to cut her off.
Do you consider yourself a princess?
No, I do not.
How would you define what a princess is?
Someone who has things handed to them.
You mean like a cell phone? Or rent for her apartment? Or trips?
Things
Stuff
like that? Yeah,
okay,
sure.
Go on.
Okay, I'm a princess.
Let's hear from Aria.
The fact that she spends a lot of money continuously, it does worry me. She would rather not be working. Yeah, and keep up the spending habits at the same time.
Lazy girl!
Don't say lazy.
She really does expect everything to be handed to her. In the last year, I spent $60,000 to $70,000 covering things like rent, food, entertainment, travel, clothing, cell phones, and I don't think she understands how much money that really is.
Why was it okay to keep asking him to cover your costs?
I didn't say pay my rent. I didn't.
This is not going to be a cakewalk. You are going to sweat it every step of the way. Before you get a penny of my money, you are going to prove to me that you have earned it. I don't see you walking the walk.
The reality check was kind of tough and really hard to hear.
Since Stephen spent the last year and a half bankrolling Nicola, I thought he might like to see where his money went.
Come on in, Stephen. It's good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
A little bit uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. How about you?
He's the ex-boyfriend, but
Ex.
I'm trying to work it where we can be friends.
Right.
I haven't seen any working it to be friends yet, so I don't know.
So let's look at some numbers, okay?
It's at this point that I typically show a princess what her spending looks like. A perfect chart would have her spending 15% of her income on debt repayment, 10% on savings, 25% on wants, and 50% on needs like housing and transportation. However, Nicola's looks more like this.
So how can you do all this? This is where Stephen comes in.
Okay.
It's what Stephen spent on you. He paid your rent. He paid your utilities. He paid your cable. He pays for your cell phone. Still, to this day, $2,400 in entertainment,
Yeah, that's been it.
$600 on clothes, $2,200 on restaurants. You know this $11,000 that Stephen's spending?
Yes.
He's spending that every month.
I think my role probably was too much of an enabler. I should have put my foot down much earlier and put a stop to some of it.
So, while you have been making about $23,000 a year, you would actually need to make $35,000 a year just to keep body and soul together. You'd have to make $64,000 a year to also do your entertaining and your beauty routine. And to live the way Stephen has been keeping you, you need to make $224,000 a year.
I didn't know that the financial situation I'm in was so dire.
Well, if you were actually paying your own way right now, you'd be going into debt to the tune of $24.65 every month.
Seeing this is gonna change things.
So normally, it is at this point that I ask the nominators to back off and stay out of it. Well, Stephen's clearly backed right out of this already. What we need to do is we need to figure out how to get you to stand on your own 2 feet, to live from your own resources, and to recognize you can have the things you want, but they have to be out of your own wallet.
Right, okay.
Right? Over the next few weeks, there will be no bitching and whining.
Okay.
This is about taking control of your money and your life.
Yes.
And I'm going to give you some challenges to do. You do the challenges to my satisfaction. I'll give you up to $5,000 to help you towards a goal.
All right.
Don't do the challenges, you don't get the money. And as we discussed this morning, if you have the wrong attitude, you don't get the money.
I understand.
Except for one small thing. Do you have the BlackBerry?
Yes.
Can I have it, please?
Why?
Coming up,
That was a little bit of the Nicola temper. So what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
Did you get a message?
Please don't, Stephen.
Oh, she's a princess. Oh, she's a princess.
Princess Nicola was used to living in the lap of luxury thanks to her ex-boyfriend, Stephen.
To live the way Stephen has been keeping you, you need to make $224,000 a year.
I think my role probably was too much of an enabler.
But before she can earn my $5,000, I've got a few other shocks in store for her.
Give me the bill. Your current cell phone charge is $991.
No, it's not.
and 88 cents.
What? That's not right.
It's right here in black and white.
Can I see it?
Yes.
That's bananas.
Do you have the BlackBerry?
Yes.
Can I have it, please?
But
Do you have $991 right now to pay this bill?
No, I do
Bring
not.
me the BlackBerry. And herein comes your first lesson in if you can't pay, you can't play.
So what's gonna happen? He's gonna keep the BlackBerry until I pay it?
It's his BlackBerry.
Did you get a message?
Please don't, Stephen.
I have a pay-as-you-go phone for you. All your incoming calls are free. Your texts are part of the plan.
Okay.
And now it's time for your first challenge.
That wasn't it.
That wasn't it. That was just
Sorry.
the waking up part.
I'm awake. I'm ready. Here we go.
Before I could give Nicola her next challenge, she refused to continue unless Stephen left the room.
I'll just wait downstairs.
Ready for your first challenge?
Ready to go.
There are instructions in here for making a budget.
Nice. Okay.
I have in here $175 for you. That's what you're going to live on for a week.
$175 for 1 week? That's it?
It's $175 you don't have right now. So you should be saying, thank you, Gail.
Thank you, Gail.
This is coming out of your money. Of course, a very important part of the budget is your income. At the very minimum, you need to be bringing home $2,500 a month. So your Get Real challenge involves getting real about generating the income you need to live.
Okay. So I have to get a job.
Imagine that.
Luckily for her, we have supplied her with a cell phone, or she wouldn't be able to call around to set up job interviews.
Thanks for giving me the opportunity. I really appreciate the time. I'm looking actually for something on a regular basis.
Well, how you feel about giving me a little something right now?
So this song is called Ways on My Own, and I wrote the song, so I hope you like it. All the secrets that I keep.
The audition was great. I could definitely see her having a career in music, you know? She has the charisma. She works the room, you know what I mean? She has a connection. Right now we got, most of the nights are filled up for the week, but I could give you a Tuesday night to start.
I would take a Tuesday night.
money-wise, we pay $250.
I could give you 4 Tuesdays, you know what I'm saying? Try it out for 1 month.
Sure.
See how it goes.
I'll take it. My audition was awesome. I did get a paying gig out of it.
So the audition went well. But $250 every Tuesday for a month won't cut it. To make it on her own, Nicola still needs to find more work to generate the $2,500 a month she needs to support herself.
I'm trying to get my demo together, and that's the most important thing to me right now.
So we're going to go through a goal-setting process.
Okay.
So you want to make a demo. Is it a 1-song demo?
Probably be 5 to 7 songs.
How many of these?
300 copies.
See how clear?
It is very clear once you write it out.
Yeah. What steps will you have to take to make the goal happen? The first one that comes to my mind is you have to write the song.
Yes. Then I have to go to a studio.
Then you have to record.
Yep.
You have to have a when.
A deadline.
If you don't have a deadline, it's air.
To say, like, I'm gonna do that. That's
it.
nice to say.
Yeah.
But actually to write it down, you're making it happen.
So to help her kickstart her dream, we set her up in a studio to start recording her demo CD. But Nicola, being Nicola, the studio we booked is sitting empty. The engineer is being paid while he sits and waits, as is the director and our crew. When Nicola finally arrived, in a cab no less, she acted as if nothing was wrong.
Good morning, guys.
Where you been?
Oh, man. It's a long story.
No.
I love being here. I could spend all day in the studio.
Here we go.
In HD, it's playing. I don't hear what it's saying. No, it's telling me I gotta be better than I am.
So
Can
then,
you hear the nasal sound?
I certainly do.
Is it, like, ridiculous?
Let's take a little listen.
Ew! Shut it off! Turn it off! I know what to do now. Hey, it's what you're waiting for. Keep them coming back for more.
It's a little pitchy.
I'm doing it for myself. I think that's ill. That's not ill? That doesn't sound good.
Clearly, Nicola's voice is not at its best. Coming up,
You have to put your ass in gear and get moving.
Oh, she's a princess. Oh, she's a princess.
Nicola is a 35-year-old princess who had no problem living off the kindness of others. So I've been challenging her to learn to take care of herself and earn the $2,500 it takes to cover her living expenses. She landed a weekly gig singing in a bar, but she never followed through with a job.
Any luck with work this week?
Nothing concrete.
And when we booked a recording studio so she could start a demo CD to help her achieve her career goals, she didn't even have the courtesy to show up on time. Nicola's lack of self-awareness is a serious handicap. I'm going to get to the bottom of it, even if it means asking some really tough questions.
So what kind of temp stuff did you do this week?
I didn't do any temp stuff this week.
Didn't work at all this week?
No.
How do you get to be 35 years old and you don't think you needed to go to work this week? So if not for the $175 that we gave you, you would not have eaten this week?
I would have went to somebody's house and eaten.
Of course you would have, because Nicola doesn't have to take care of Nicola. You have to put your ass in gear and get moving. And that means getting to work. Because what are you planning on living on next week? You think I'm going to give you another $175? Why would I do that? So far, all you're proving to me is you're not worth the money I've given you so far.
Are you seriously gonna say something like that to me, to disrespect me?
You think because I gave you a crappy phone, I disrespected you?
You did.
If you want to make your life any different than it is right now, you need to first acknowledge that you are making a whole bunch of freaking mistakes.
How dare you say that?
I know,
Gail!
Nicola stormed off set.
Take this mic off! Take the mic off!
She just dug in an area that was very sensitive to me, so I exploded.
But because she loves being the center of attention, it wasn't hard to get her to come back.
I see you still having a very long road to walk, but you're going to have another opportunity because in your next challenge, you're going to do the walk of temptation.
What is that?
In each of these 5 boxes is a voucher for an item that would benefit Nicola in some way. I'll reveal them one at a time, and she can choose at any time. But if she passes it up, she can't go back. So she's going to have to be certain that her choice is something she really wants.
Box number 1, your first option, a day at the spa for you.
Sounds like a lot of money to be spending on the spa.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pass.
Then we'll check on box number 2. This will give you an opportunity to pay back the cell phone bill for Stephen. There's $900 in this box.
So I can't see the other 3. And that would just clear up stuff.
But it would have to go to Stephen.
I think that's responsible, so I'm sticking with 2.
Okay, so $900 for Stephen. Would you like to see what's in the other boxes?
Sure.
So box number 3, $300 dinner for your parents.
Oh my God, they would have loved that.
And box number 4 contains drinks and dinner with friends for $400.
Ah! Okay, that's still fine. I'm fine. That would be so awesome.
And box number 5.
Okay, that's fine.
$250 worth of tax.
I would love that.
So you've made your choice, and are you content? Because I'll give you one opportunity to go back and choose something else.
The cell phone was the issue, and let's just get that out of the way. I just think it's the right thing to do.
Okay, done deal. Good? Feel good about that?
I do.
Okay, good.
The lesson that I'm learning is you have to pay back what you owe.
And that's exactly what Nicola will do in person.
There was a bill that you had brought up at our first challenge. So I just have a check for you that should cover the cost of your phone.
How about the other items that you have?
What other items are you talking about?
Don't say you don't have the laptop, Nicola.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, Stephen.
Nicola thought the $900 check would clear the slate with Stephen. But it seems it's too little too late. In any relationship where there's a financial imbalance, once someone starts doing the accounting, everyone gets hurt.
I clearly don't understand why, certain items you took and haven't returned, deny that you have them even. I don't understand that.
I really can't deal with anything of you anymore. I really just want it to all end.
For me.
I was using his phone. I ran it up, and I had the check. Here you go. Nice knowing you. All the best. That's how I wanted it. I need it to be over. It's over.
Coming up, I'm not convinced that you have made any change at all.
I'm sorry. I can't walk away and have that be the answer.
Oh, she's a princess. Oh, she's a princess.
6 weeks ago, Nicola was a 35-year-old princess in total denial, content to just spend, and do very little to accomplish her dream of being a professional singer. She had no idea how she would pay her bills and had no direction for the future. Over the last 6 weeks, we advanced Nicola cash for her expenses and provided transportation and other services, like the recording studio. Before I deliver my final verdict, I wanted a word with Nicola's friend Tanya about just how far, or not, this little princess has come.
You've said that you've seen a change in her.
I think her eyes have been opened.
Okay.
As to what direction she needs to go.
Right.
She was living off of, I think it was $175 a week.
Yes.
Which was a big change for her.
Yes. We did give her some advances, a couple of weeks, but then we stopped. So how has she come up with the money to buy food and all of that since then?
I believe she's maneuvering with the $175.
She's been living on $350 for the last 6 weeks?
Oh, wow. Oh, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's big. She has to have been figuring something out.
Yeah. Okay, let's bring her in and see what she has to say.
Okay.
Nicola?
Nicola often tells me what she thinks I want to hear. So I was curious to see what her perception was of the last 6 weeks and whether it was at all similar to mine.
Hi there.
Hi there.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
You look completely different than you have for the last 6 weeks. What's changed?
I feel more myself.
Okay.
I feel humbled.
In what respect?
In the respect of taking care of myself,
right,
instead of having others take care of me.
Right.
And everything that I'm feeling is just a genuine emotion now, rather than having material items entertain me.
I was hoping to see more progress. That first conversation we had,
was very positive for me. I thought that you were demonstrating a willingness to look at things differently and that you were pretty determined that the way things had been was not working for you anymore.
Yes.
So you needed to change. And then for the next 6 weeks, you did nothing.
I believe for the next 6 weeks I changed.
Well, you know, we were happy to help you with your rent, first and last month's rent, and then we gave you a couple of weeks' worth of food money. Despite the fact that I impressed upon you that this is not fixable without an income, you failed to get a job for the whole process. And as far as the final challenge goes, yes, you picked the one you thought was going to make me happy, but it didn't win you any points because I don't think there was a moment of truth to what you were saying. So the long and the short of it is that I'm not convinced that you have made any change at all.
Okay.
You did nothing. And so today, I have nothing for you. I wish you the best. I hope you take the tools that I've given you and use them to make the life you say you want.
Thank you.
And good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Nothing's changed since I met her. She's in exactly the same position. In fact, Nicola is still definitely a princess, and she's the princess of the worst kind.
I'm sorry. I can't walk away and have that be the answer. That is not the answer. It's not.
She is the princess who refuses to wake up from the dream that she is living. Will things change? Maybe. Am I holding my breath? No.
I can tell she loves to go shop. She's all out of control. She can't stop. Designer clothes, jewels, hair. She's throwing money everywhere. My head is spinning. Oh, 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 oh. She's a princess. She's a princess. Modern day princess.